What if Adam was not the first creation? For thousands of years, humanity has accepted a simple story. God created the heavens and the earth, then Adam, then Eve, and everything began. But buried inside the first verses of Genesis is a mystery so strange that most sermons skip over it completely. A world that appears, then disappears. A creation that may have existed before Adam, and a catastrophic event that may have wiped it out entirely. Genesis 1:1 says God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:2 says the earth was formless and void. But why? Why would a perfect God create something broken? Tonight we explore the hidden creation the Bible hints at, a world before Adam. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:2. Now the earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep. The Hebrew words used here are tohu and bohu. They do not mean unfinished, they mean ruined, wasted, desolate, which raises a terrifying question. What caused the destruction? Some theologians believe there is a gap of time between verse 1 and verse 2, a gap that could span millions or billions of years. A world existed, something happened, and God began again. The Bible tells us Lucifer fell from heaven before humanity was tempted. Isaiah describes a being who ruled the heavens, a creature of light, beauty, and authority. What if Lucifer ruled that first world? Ezekiel describes him walking among stones of fire, possibly planets or stars. If Lucifer rebelled, if war broke out in heaven, would the battlefield have been earth? This could explain the sudden devastation described in Genesis 1:2, a judgment, a reset, a world erased. Genesis speaks of waters covering the deep before the creation of Adam. Some scholars believe the flood of Noah was not the first global catastrophe. Jeremiah 4 describes the earth as formless and void again, the same words used in Genesis 1:2. Could earth have been flooded twice? Once to erase a pre-Adamic world, once to judge humanity? If so, what lived here before us? The Bible never explicitly says Adam was the first intelligent being, only the first man of this age. Fossil records show creatures millions of years old. Ancient myths speak of gods, giants, watchers. Could these be echoes of a lost world? A civilization erased so completely, only fragments remain in scripture and stone. Adam may not have been the beginning, but the restart. God is not a God of chaos. If creation was destroyed, it was judged. The Bible shows a pattern: rebellion, judgment, renewal. Adam was placed in a restored world, clean, ordered, watched closely. This time, God would walk with his creation. But even then, history would repeat itself. If a world existed before us, then humanity is not God's first experiment, but his most personal. The Bible may be warning us: civilizations fall, pride destroys, judgment comes, but so does mercy. Adam was given a second chance for earth. What will we do with it? The Bible may be deeper than we ever imagined. A forgotten world, an erased creation, a warning written between the verses. If you found this unsettling, good. Truth often is. Subscribe for more hidden history, lost knowledge, and mysteries buried in plain sight. Because sometimes the greatest secrets are the ones we've read 1,000 times and never truly seen.